Hello there. I hope everyone is having a great evening. This is Fairness, and I'm here with Mirta, Dave, Enoch, and Tiger. So we can start season 2 of our Chicago by Night Chronicle. Season 1 was super entertaining, was very fun to storytell. And we have every single session on Mirta's YouTube channel. Um, and tonight we're gonna start season 2, so we're gonna do a intro session just like we did in season 1, and we're gonna recall what happened on the first season, and we also going to continue what's what was happening by the end, especially some consequences of their decisions in the last episode. So I will let everyone introduce themselves and introduce their characters again. And they are essentially the same. Some look a bit different, and others have, may have a different message to spread. So I'll let you talk. You guys talk now. So who wanna go first?
Cam does.
Uh,
He's dying to.
yeah, Cam's gonna go first. Yeah, that's right.
Cam. It's this Tiger. I play Cam the Bruja. Hi.
Hello.
Is that what we're doing, right?
You
Yeah,
want
yeah.
you wanna talk more? You can talk more. No problem.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
He's a taciturn Bruja who doesn't like to talk a lot. He doesn't like to. He speaks with his act
Fists.
rather
His
than
I'm,
words.
fists.
I'm laconic, whatever, however you say it.
Laconic. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Laconic. That's exactly what he is. Um.
Go for
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I am Dave. I'm playing Henry, the Ventru lawyer and wife guy.
Say lawyer and what guy?
A wife guy. He's a wife guy.
Oh, okay.
Are you a waifu?
He's not waifu. No, he's a wife guy. He's a guy who just loves his wife. That's his main thing.
Not a guy that is a wife.
No, he isn't a wife.
Why
Maybe the
not?
He's
ballad.
not like he isn't like I'm imagining like an anime like body pillow or something, but like no, he's like that's not his steez.
She was very, what, 50, 50s, 40s?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe a little old fashioned perhaps.
We'll leave it to Beaverish, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, he's a little bit of that.
Hugh Beaumont.
Just
My name is. Oh, go ahead.
no, sorry, go ahead.
No, no, please. Finish that thought.
I can't remember the thought now, so
Oh, damn it. Tell me later. I'm Enoch. I am playing Bruno Telegra, the La Sombra, who, as viewers last season noted, he looked rather brutish, and I took that to heart. So I made sure that he messed up royally so he would have an excuse to uh, change his complete look. It was all intentional. But yes, I am playing the La Sombra bagman of Bruno Telegra, and pleased to be here.
Hello, I'm Marta. I'm playing Lucia, Madame. She is a Nosferatu that acts a bit like a Toreador, and my last season focused on getting a boyfriend, which I did.
woo.
By hook or by crook.
Wah, wah. That's
Look,
cool.
nobody said that I'm good at picking my men, okay?
No, I like the fact that you went for the like the most like depraved anarchist that you could find.
Look, bad boy image, right?
Well,
Bad boy,
can't
yeah,
beat the
totally,
crap out of
totally.
the other bad boy anarch, so she only had one bad boy anarch left to go.
It's like, what are your shared interests? Arson, that kind of thing.
Arson
Being
solves
a
everything.
Nosferatu, that is a great shared interest.
It's true.
So let me recall season one. Of course, all the episodes are in Mirza's channel. I just posted the link in chat, and I think it's very fun to watch all of them. But let's just do a quick recap for those who watch it and don't remember, or for Twitch purposes. Uh, the first season, we actually played the book Chicago by Night. There's a chronicle at the end of the book called Sacrifice, right? So we played that chronicle. The chronicle, it's about the arrival of two La Sombra uh, kindred, Sierra and Malenkov, and both of them arrive to do a meeting with the prince. And the coterie, uh, these four guys here, were called by Damien. Damien was the sheriff of the city. And yeah, exactly. That's an important part. And you all had the job to pick up these two La Sombra and keep them safe for a night, which you did in a Airbnb apartment. And then you took to take them to Elysium, and so they can speak with the prince. Of course, a lot of it wasn't that easy. Lots of things went wrong. The apartment was burned down, almost burned down. There were goose that attacked. Malenkovs ran away. You managed to bring Sierra to the prince, and then you have to went after Malenkov. Uh, in the first night, way before that, you also interacted with a few NPCs, right? You interacted with Flyboy. Henry did that in the airport. O'Hare. Uh, Madame interacted with Crook. She even up ended having a relationship with him later. And we also had Cameron and Bruno interacting with Genghis, right? Kind of a anarch hero character, right? The book tells about the story of Chicago, and especially about the recent story of the Kindred of Chicago, where there was a big war in the city between the Anarchs and the Camarilla. And everybody is kind of trying to avoid this war, right? And so that was the concept of the first season, and of course the Chronicle sacrifice. In the end, they brought Malenkov, and the coterie chose to vote for yes to accept the La Sombra clan into the Camarilla, right? Of course, everyone had his individual moments and tasks, and also had an epilogue after after the big yes moment, right? So Cameron fought Genghis in a gym, uh, only being seen by spectators connected to the kindred world. And when he won the fight, he lost himself in a hunger and killed his touchstone, right, Mike. Henry was he got everybody got a reward, right? And Harry got the reward of being able to embrace his wife, right? He has a mortal family that he still lives with them, but at the same time he tries to be a kindred, a very productive member of kindred society. And what happens is you probably can't do both very well. And as you are growing in your status and becoming more important in kindred society, he actually got quite negative feedback from his boss Ballard, right? Not only that, but the coterie also made a deal with Genghis in the past to so they would burn down Blue Velvet, the Malkavian club. And of course, that backfired a bit on Henry, where he had to pay Ballard back because Ballard paid the Malkavian clan, and he has to pay Ballard a part of the money, which is already a lot for Henry finances, right? It's over $1 million. And we also have Bruno that was dealing with his brother and with Molotov as well, some weird mortal character that drove Bruno into dangerous moments. And Bruno made a mistake. He got caught on camera. Being a La Sombra, that's not good. And the Second Inquisition was all over him, right? He managed to escape town, and he needed to change all his face, right, to be able to start over. Molotov is currently arrested by the Second Inquisition. So I'll read a quick text that summarizes what's happened in this last few months. It's 6 months that we had the first season in game time. In real life, I think it's about 2 or 3 months. So the nights that followed the arrival of Sierra and her brother Malenkov in Chicago changed the fate of the city. A coterie of kindred was handpicked by Prince Kevin Jackson himself to handle all the events related to the arrival. They impressed most of the primogens by their actions and pushed the kindred community to say yes for the La Sombra clan to join the Ivory Tower. After a couple of weeks, a dozen of La Sombra arrived in the city to be ruled under Luna. Luna is the sire of Bruno, and Bruno asked for a reward to make her the leader of the La Sombra clan.
Have you seen her?
Yeah, exactly. And they all brought ashes of elders as gifts to the prince. So the city is full of La Sombra now. What was once a small clan in the city quickly became a quite large and powerful, increasing the political tension between the clans. Around a month later, Damien resigns his role as the sheriff, so he's not the sheriff anymore, joined Anita, and took many of his clans to the Anarch movement. Also, Clan Malkavian and many kindred from other clans left the Camarilla to join the rebel movement, increasing the heat and bringing the city close to a second war between the sects. Prince selected Cameron Sire to be the new sheriff, position she only accepted temporarily. She has brought her child closer and closer to hunt down any kindred that is a menace to the tower, especially those who fall under the Sabah banner. Primogens discovered that a group of Tsimisi has joined the city, but unlike the La Sombra, they haven't searched the prince, and many suspect they are Sabah or even Anarchs. Violence is increasing in the city. A lot, there are constant arson and murder. The Second Inquisition is more active and more influential, especially now that Molotov is behind bars. After 6 months, the Sierra arrived. Chicago is at the brink of chaos, and many expect that the Second War will begin at any night.
Exciting times.
So that's how we start our first episode of second season. And I will start with Cameron because I believe I never started with you in the first season.
Oh, hell.
So I'm gonna start with you. I think it's fair. let's do it. Cameron, your character, please tell me what you did in the last 6 months after killing your touchstone in the gym.
Um, that's a good question. Well, I would have probably felt really bad, and then I just went about my own life. I believe I uh, was appointed Scourge, correct?
Yeah, yeah, you were to kill some vampires that some kindred that are not following the traditions.
So I did that. You know, trying to get the unruly back in line. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, one thing that I should add to your, if I may, is that after you killed Mike, for some weird reason, you keep coming back to the gym. You're not aware why, but you keep coming back. Maybe it's because you are usually you meet with him here in the past, and you just are used to come here every other night. But you keep coming back. The place has been shut down after Mike died. A few weeks passed. Some strange police has arrived, checked the place, and went out. The place nobody's interested in buying, for you don't know why, but it's abandoned now. And you keep going to this place. It's dirty, dusty, but it's still here. Everything seems new. And one night, you are in a ring, all alone. You feel the place. It feels like home to you. And maybe it's because you were born in a ring and you live so much time in a ring as a mortal that it's kind of a place you feel comfortable. Or perhaps there's something more that you cannot explain. As you stay in the ring, you notice that the ropes are moving and you are not touching them. After that, you feel cold for the first time since you died. You forgot how it was to feel cold. You are dead now. You don't feel that. But it was a common feeling when you were a mortal. But this cold now, it's way stronger than any snowstorm that you ever endure in your mortal life. It kind of blocks you from everything. You stop seeing things, hearing things. You feel like a strong pain in your spine coming up. The cold is not in your skin, it is in your bones. You feel like you're dying again. Your reflex, maybe a mortal reflex that your body has, is try to breathe. And when you get it out of your body, you notice that the air is frozen. And then everything stops. And then you don't feel the cold anymore. And then the lights go back. And your sire is here. Oh, hey Cameron. I thought you were gonna be here tonight. Are you alright?
I just can't let it go.
Let go what?
Don't worry about it. What are you doing here?
Ah, as you may know, when I accepted. Oh, I got it now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Try to trying to breathe to come back to the mood. Okay. Let's go back. As you may know, I asked the Prince Kevin Jackson asked me to be the sheriff of the city. I accepted, but only temporarily. Through
Why would you have in
this
mind?
through this time, I been hunting from Sabah and anarchs that are too noisy. After Damien switched sides, things got complicated in the city, my child. Everything, everyone is more agitated. Anita, she's a devil. She will be the queen of ashes if she can be the queen. I don't think we can allow her to gather so many allies. And the news that I've been hearing are troubling. The anarchs are getting strength. And the prince needs someone that can oppose the anarchs as their sheriff. The prince needs someone that the anarch fears. You put a hell lot of gangs in this ring. The anarchs respect you more than anyone. You became very strong, my child. Stronger than me. So that's why I requested for the prince, requested the prince to replace me as the new sheriff of town. Do you accept this offer?
To be the sheriff's dog? Or not the sheriff's dog, the prince's dog. Not the prince's, but
Don't
yeah,
see.
I mean, what are the strings? What's attached to this?
You're
You
going
taught me
to
better than to expect gifts without anything in return.
well, the sheriff is not the prince's dog. The sheriff, it's an important role in the city. The sheriff protects the city, protects the traditions, protects the ivory tower. The sheriff even has the power to kill the prince if the prince is not enforcing the traditions. The sheriff is not a prince dog, is the ultimate role, is one of the ultimate roles in a city. You are the one who can enforce the traditions. You are the one that can keep the Camarilla alive.
Oh Lord, help us if I'm the one. If I'm the Camarillo's last great hope. But you know what? I will accept. What's the worst that can happen?
Good. Take this sword. And she takes out a big sword from her back, pulls out in front of you, and gives it to you. She expects you to grab the sword.
I'll grab the sword kind of daintily,
It's a he-
holding.
Go ahead.
Go.
It's a heavy sword, very sharp and thick blade.
So what am I supposed to do with this pig sticker?
The sword is a symbol. You must use it when executing someone in trials to show the sheriff's authority. Now you must vow for you must vow that you're gonna keep the traditions of the Camarilla. You're gonna respect them. You're gonna protect the city, and you're gonna enforce them. You must vow that you're gonna protect the masquerade at any cost.
I do so vow.
Good. The word that I have is that the prince it's assembling your coterie again. He has a dangerous mission for everyone.
Here's the catch. I knew it.
But it would happen even if I didn't give you the sheriff role. But being the sheriff, you're gonna have more authority. You're gonna be more powerful. People will be afraid of you. This might save your own life.
Okay, I will keep that in mind.
You can count on me. Oh, the prince gave me a last request, so I'll be quite busy the next few nights. But you can contact me in the same numbers as always. I'll try to help you the best I can.
I appreciate it. You are uh, You are an excellent sire and mentor. Um, and only under your tutelage have I been able to attain this August post.
Your words are so sweet, my child.
And then I'm going to bat my eyes at her.
Hmm. She smiles. I'm gonna leave you alone with your friend. And she turns her
What do you mean,
back
my
and
friend?
she laughs and she goes away.
I wonder if Mike can't let go either.
Hmm. When you look ahead, you notice that all that cold that you felt kind of made some moisture in the walls. And then you notice some writing on it. And it's written, I will have my revenge. And of course, that quickly fades away.
Can I look to see if there's anything around that would, I guess, catch my attention?
You can roll me or a wits with awareness or intelligence with occult. You don't have a clue what's going on.
Okay. And I'd be like, that's fucked up, Mike.
So do you want to do anything else?
I guess I don't know how, contact the coterie some way if we have a means of contact and just give them a little update. Like, rumor has it, the band is getting back together uh, for a fun sounding gig, and I'll put like quotation marks and fun.
Okay. So please add to your character sheet as a merit. You can put the characteristic of being sheriff. I will not charge any XP points for it. And in flaws, you have to put enemy, and you make a two dots enemy, which you don't know who it is yet. So who wanna go next?
I want to hear Henry's sad life story. I've been waiting months
Harry, are you up for
for
it?
this.
This is fine. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let's get the misery out of the way first, and then we can get to the like crooked Madame's makeout session afterward.
ERP, ERP.
Okay, so let me find here. Wait, where is it? So tell me what you have been doing, Harry, in the previous 6 months.
So Previous 6 months. I owe Horatio Ballard six. I owe him $1 million
Yeah,
US. Which, to be fair, I don't think I should have to pay. I kind of think that Cam and Bruno should split it down the middle since it's completely their fault. But since you know, um, Bruno is split and Cam is not open to that, I guess I'll try and find the money somehow. So, my plan for getting the money is as follows. I I don't know whether I'll have seen the prince in the 6 months. I assume I might have, but it's up to you, Furnace. So
probably not.
I probably not. Okay, great. Well, in that case, if I see him, I'll pitch it to him. But I want to first of all fulfill my boon to Flyboy,
Mm-hmm.
um, that I incurred last season. But also I want to get in to the airport in a kind of a, I want some of that money basically, some of that sweet airport money that comes from all the nasty illegal shit that goes through and all the kindred related um, shipments and things that presumably favors will flow through that. So basically, my plan is I want to ask the prince to recognize Flyboy's domain over the airport, but to bring me in as kind of handler, advisor, you know, stroke overseer to make sure that he doesn't do any, you know, he doesn't do anything wrong, and also that we have control over him. So that's my plan for getting the million.
I think you
Um,
could talk to Flyboy and the Prince in the 6 months, like and get an arrangement since there are a lot of La Sombra arriving to town.
mm,
And he probably not got in the way, but to do that. In the same time, he helped the Camarilla. He gained more status. He milked you some more money, and the Camarilla helped you out paying the bills. But in the end, you didn't make a lot of money. You just uh, managed to survive the 6 months paying the bills to Ballard and things like that.
shit. Okay, so I'm still on like, I guess like a monthly payment schedule with Ballard then.
Yeah, it's
Damn
six
it.
months, so you're probably half of the money. You, you
I was gonna ask as well. Do my finances go back up to, or so my resources go back up to three? Because I had a limited hit, I
no,
think.
you're pretty screwed right now. You're like at one, right?
So it's even worse than it
Yeah,
was
it's
before.
even
Great.
worse.
Good to know.
Yeah,
Good to know.
yeah.
All
Uh,
right. Well, shit.
Let's
At
start.
least, yeah.
No more yoga classes. She works too. She has money.
She has a job. She can pay
Yeah,
for her own yoga
she's
classes.
independent.
She really does love her yoga.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Uh, well, you have been called to talk to the prince this night.
okay.
It's early, probably 10 p.m., to meet him at the Elysium.
All right.
You arrived uh, at this time, and he's talking to Ballard. And as you get closer to his desk, Ballard seems kind of a naughty smile, right? He's like smoking his cigar and having some kind of a laugh, and the prince is very, very serious. He seems a bit angry. And then he looks at you and says, Mr. Henry, please sit down.
Your Grace, thank you. You needed to see me?
Yes, yes, I do need to see you. First of all, how you have been handling your nights, Mr. Henry? You seem more pale than usual.
Oh, you know me, Your Grace. I can always keep busy.
Mm. Well, Mr.
Mr.
Ballard here. Okay.
Mr. The esteemed Primogen is a very fastidious taskmaster. Keeps me very busy, Your Grace.
I can see that. Well, Mr. Ballard here told me some things uh, that is quite concerning, and I want to confirm if this is true. Please be honest with me, Mr. Henry. I do not like people who lies to me. First question. He told me you have been breaching the masquerade. You have a mortal family. Is this correct?
Hmm. Now, I'm thinking. This is me talking here. I could technically lie to the prince here, but is that a good idea? I could probably get away with it. I think. Hmm.
Do it.
Lie to the prince, but it's easy to find out that I'm fucking lying. I'm not gonna like do that. That's stupid. I am going to. All right. So Henry kind of he's been expecting this moment for a long time. So he probably won't betray any kind of shock on his face, and he just kind of will lean in a little bit, and he'll say, "Your Grace, yes, it is true that I have a mortal family. However, I would say that I am not breaching the masquerade. In fact, no breaches have taken place. They're completely unaware and will remain so. And should there ever be any slip or unexpected problems, I am perfectly capable of rewriting their memories of the events and explaining away any such problems, as I'm
Mm.
sure you are aware."
It seems you do like to play with your powers, your skills. Hmm. One small advice, if I may. It's rumored that mortals can have their brains damaged permanently if we overuse that on them. So be careful. You might injure your family. But I'm very glad you were honest, Mr. Harry. I heard a second thing. Mr. Ballard told me that you owe him money. Is that true,
That's
Harry?
correct. That is correct. I am making up the costs of repairs to the blue velvet that were incurred by my coterie on our last undertaking for you, Your Grace.
Okay. So this is curious. Mr. Ballard, why are you keep charging him money? And Ballard gets a bit upset and says, well, he did cause losses to, to me, and I had to pay the Malkavians. You gave money to our enemies, Mr. Ballard. They, 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 they weren't our enemies back then. The prince looks at the Ballard's eyes and say, it doesn't matter, does it? He, oh, that son, he betrayed us all. I'm sad that the blue velvet wasn't burned to the ground. And you're making my dear Henry pay? This is outrageous. How much have you paid, Mr. Ballard, Mr. Henry?
I'll give him a figure if I have one.
Yeah, you paid $500,000.
Yeah, it's $500,000 is how much.
That is really nasty of you, Mr. Ballard. By Monday, your account will have $1 million extra, Mr. Henry. And your debts with Mr. Ballard are new. The losses are your, Mr. Ballard. Is this understood? Yes, my prince.
Yes, Your Grace.
Good. About your mortal family, Harry. Since you have been very helpful to the city, I will overlook it for now. But I must say that you should keep these information as secret. No one except the three of us should know.
I have no intention of ever sharing that information with any other kindred. Uh, Frankly, I did not intend for Mr. Ballard to find out either.
Yes, I imagine that. But if our enemies gather this information, I will not be able to protect them. And I think no one will be able to. It's a dangerous time. It's dangerous times, Mr. Henry.
Yeah, yes, you're right.
If I were you, I would start considering, universities for your daughter outside Chicago. But
That's definitely something that we need to be thinking about.
as you may know, there's a war. May there be a war in the line. I'm doing my best to avoid it. I don't want a war. But there are
Any
a
way
lot
I
of
can assist you.
people that wants it. Good that you mentioned that. We have lost many talent kindred to the rebel movement. Damien was just the first. I have the need to fill up my second in command to be my senescal. Are you willing to take this honor, to take this role, Mr. Henry?
You're offering me the position of seneschal?
Yes.
Um, then absolutely, Your Grace, I would be honored.
Good. I need competent people at my side. And he looks kind of angry to Ballard when he says that. And you seem the best. Your coterie done very well 6 months ago. The La Sombra are strong allies to the Camarilla. And I need people that show skill to hold these rebels calm. Star Wars reference. May the Force be
I
with you.
Sen, we will do whatever we can, and I will restore this domain to what it was. I still think, despite all of the unfortunate circumstances arising from the Lissombra's introduction into the Camarilla, that it was the correct choice, and that we can undo the damage caused by these defections and grow the domain stronger than ever before under your leadership, Grace.
Good. Good. Henceforth you shall be known as my senescal.
Well, we should get started then. What would you have your seneschal do, Your Grace?
Well, you need to. It's like a second in command. I'm kind of an executive vice president in a corporate role, the C level executive, a
Hmm.
CFO to the CEO. You will handle all the matters when I'm not available, and you also organize everything, file everything, take care of everything, most private and relevant for the kindred society. You're gonna be my right hand, the hand of the prince.
I will do my utmost to fill this role as to the very best of my abilities. I will give my absolute utmost. I'll. This is a fantastic opportunity, Your Grace. I'm very excited at the prospect of being able to help further your vision.
Good. And when you finish that, Ballard like he put down the cigar and he said, "Prince, if I may, I think this is wrong. He's not ready for such a role. And he he and his coterie caused a lot of damages. He shouldn't be having that." The prince looked at the Ballard with an angry face and says, "Shut up. I didn't
Oh,
ask for your opinion." Well, tomorrow night I'll need the coterie. Remember your old coterie, Mr. Henry?
I do. Yes, it's been a while since I've had the pleasure.
Bring them here tomorrow night. I need to get the details of another request. This one is as relevant as the last one, and it needs
Very
to be
well, sir.
done right.
It will be.
Good.
I'm confident that with the assistance of the very talented group of individuals that I worked with previously, that we'll be able to fix any issues that you may be having.
Good. These are troubling times, dangerous nights. Be careful. Now I need to go. I need I need you both to go. I have a lot to do.
As you wish, sir. We'll speak tomorrow.
Yeah. When you leave the room with Ballard, Ballard gives you his back. He doesn't look at your face. He just goes away.
Oh, he is so pissed at me. But the great thing is, he can't touch me anymore because I'm the seneschal now.
Yeah.
But he probably will spend the next few decades plotting how to get his revenge on me. So,
Yeah. So basically, you're gonna write on your character sheet. On the merits, you're gonna write Santa's Skull. On the flaw, you're
oh,
gonna write enemy,
fuck.
and you're gonna put a three dot enemy there,
Oh
and you're
well,
gonna
you know
put
it's worth it.
Ballard. At least you know who your enemy is.
That's true.
I like Cameron, who
Three
doesn't know.
dots of incredibly rich evil venture. All
Is
right,
it
so
my
yeah,
turn to get an enemy next?
you're breaking up with Crook, and now he's your enemy.
No!
So,
Better an enemy than an enema.
Oh, what?
do you want to do anything else, Mr. Henry?
Yeah, actually, as he kind of leaves the Elysium, he's like kind of almost like shaking. He's just like, oh, this is it. This is it. You're hitting the big time now, Henry boy. This is it. We're hitting the big time. He just kind of like gets into his Mercedes and like kind of drives off.
Good. You also recover your money, your resources.
Brilliant. Oh, thank God. I was nothing without my resources.
Yeah, you are three now again because you recovered everything that you paid, and you even got more savings,
Got
extra
more money for
savings.
that.
Yeah.
Consider it asshole tax.
Okay. Um, so who's next? I think I'm gonna choose Enoch to go next, and let's leave Myrta at the end.
Her stuff's the dirtiest, so it's best to end the episode that way. I agree.
So Enoch, tell me what you have been doing, Bruno actually, right? What you have been doing, what Bruno has been doing the last 6 months. You ran away from the city.
I ran away from the city under the advice, well, under the situation that I feel Molotov created by opening his damn mouth. Um, and that's a situation I'll have to deal with someday. But for now, I gotta get out because I realized that Luna was just made primogen, so I can't go messing that up by bringing the SI onto the whole thing. So if I can vamoose and disappear, maybe it'll disappear with me. I haven't maintained any contact with my brother. I've only been watching clips of his DJ sessions on laptops, the best to my ability, because I don't have a smartphone because I can't use them because
You're
they
a La
don't work for me.
Sombra. You probably cannot see the YouTube video.
I'm sure I could see. I think I can use a laptop because there's not a touchscreen.
No, but you probably cannot even like see the screen properly. Yeah.
Um, then I have no clue what my brother is doing. I'm assuming he's still alive. I haven't. So I guess I can't use technology at all. This is what we're saying.
Yeah.
So somehow I found my way to Las Vegas. And then in Las Vegas, using my wily criminal ways, was able to eventually find someone that would do the um, what I needed because I have to get back to Chicago, but I can't go back to Chicago with this face. And so I was able to uh, shack up with Zim, who has just been helping me think better about what I am. And I've been kind of working for her and kind of settling into a life where I realize that maybe Chicago is dead to me. Maybe it's just better just to let that go and just live this life in Las Vegas because I haven't heard from anyone. I can't see my brother anymore. So I have to kind of focus on the now. And the now is that I'm in Las Vegas with this Zamitzi Mala, who is leading me through my life here and has changed my face. And with this new face is a new opportunity for a new Bruno. And that's what I've been doing, just working my way in Las Vegas.
A very efficient plastic surgeon. Um, your
Not even
mala.
plastic because it's just my own bone and flesh that they used.
Yeah. Yeah, the plastic surgery is kind of like that, right? They break your bones and cut your muscles, so in the end you are like you seems different, but of course it's Missy does in a more supernatural way, way more efficient, right?
Hmm.
Um, well, you met her, this woman here. Her name is Rebecca, and she she is now living in this dump, this very old room, very weird, with some bottles in the bathroom and also some vases around the house. And it's not fancy at all, but it's a good hiding place, I guess. And she most of the time stays silent. She just looks at you. She admires her creation, your new face. And she told you that your sire is coming and she would meet you tonight.
Luna is coming here. How did Luna even find me?
She moves her shoulders like doesn't know. She only got the message. She doesn't speak. She only make gestures with her hands, explaining to you.
And Bruno doesn't know what to do with this information because he's gotten so used to just letting all that go. I don't know what to do with this information. I what could she want? I
When you ask that question, the door opens and you see your sire entering the room.
and it is like every film noir when that femme fatale walks in that you think you've gotten over.
And it's all back. She looks at the place, garbage all over the floor. She kind of make a ew you face. She taps her dress, like cleaning herself, and then she looks back at you. Good job, child. You managed to stay hidden from the SI. That's not something ordinary. Congratulations.
Why are you here, sire?
It's time to come back. Rebecca done her part. Now it's time to go back to Chicago. I need you there.
I don't even know what's going on there anymore.
I'll brief you on the way. You still know how to drive, right?
Bruno smirks. Yeah, I still know how to drive.
I have a
But
fat. Go ahead.
I have like a life here. I can't just drop it and like it's been 6 months.
Sure.
Chicago Chicago's nothing but danger to me now. It's gonna be just bad news when I go there. Has the SI gone?
No, they are worse than ever. But sure, you can drop your life here, no problem. I don't think you're built enough. And we have a lot to do in Chicago, especially for you. I have a fast car in the street, parked. You could take me to Chicago, and I'll brief you along the way. It's very important. I'm gonna need you there.
I look back at Rebecca. You're
Rebecca
okay with?
just nods that you do what you have to do.
You ever need anything from me, Rebecca? You reach out.
Gives you a thumbs up.
As Zim do. This better be good. And I head out the door towards the lovely sports car.
When you go down,
Ba-dum-tsh.
it's a great car. It's
That's a good
talk
start.
me talk me about a brand you enjoy it. Like what kind of brand of cars you enjoy it, or Bruno enjoy it.
Bruno is um, a hound for the American muscle car. He's a good Chicago slash Detroit boy. So he loves those good American muscle cars like the Chargers and um, the old Impalas, like anything like that, like those heavy tanks with the big engines that make a lot of noise when they go down the road and are just like a Steve McQueen kind of car, like just
I see, more like a sports car, right? Because I was thinking about a fancy car like a Cadillac or something like that. It's more like sports car like a Lamborghini, a Porsche, or a Ferrari?
Let's see if someone just dropped an idea. No, I do not love Honda Civics, nor do I love neons.
A Honda Civic is really cruel.
Well, they do last forever, so you gotta give them props for that.
It could be
Uh,
like an Aston Martin. I think that's fair.
I just dropped a bad boy in the
Oh,
chat there.
let me see it. Okay, that's good enough. It's John Wick inside.
Actually, yeah, that might be. Yeah, that is the car that John Wick was driving. Yep,
John Wick's Mustang. That's what that is.
yep.
Yeah, sure. So that's it. So it's a Mustang, and as you drive back to Chicago during for a few nights, and she briefs you. It's a long talk. She talks about she talks to you about how the La Sombre clan has become stronger, how many clans ditched the Camarilla and joined the Anarchs, the rebel movement. And now there is a strong rumor, not a rumor actually, a strong information that some Tsimisi is in Chicago. And it's not just a random Tsimisi, it's a big one, a descendant of a very powerful big one. It can be Wade, it can be others, but it could be even a descendant of Dracula. It's someone big here, and it could change the situation of the city.
Ooh, and I've just been shacking up with the Zim, so I'm sure I've heard all about the wonders of Zimness, as well as experienced them, because
Mm-hmm.
have you seen me? I'm so handsome now.
Yeah, you have been upgraded.
I don't think I can walk into Chicago with the old face. I'd just be setting off too many alarm bells, especially for the SI. I'm sure they have people on the street that are looking for that mug.
Yeah, you're very different now, much more handsome, but remember, you're still one of us. Cameras will, will detect you somehow, so be aware of them. You need to walk in the shadows.
That's where I prefer to be.
So, do you want to do anything else?
Um, so I really just want to know, like, so then what's your move? I asked Luna, like, if you're coming all the like, it must have been a hard trip for her to come all the way from Chicago to Las Vegas just to get me. So I figure you got a big move in mind, and it involves the Zim.
Yes, they they are in a city, but with a different purpose. With different purpose than Sierra was. It seems they are more connected or to the Anarchs or with the Sabah. And this puts in check our clan as well. Because if they are Sabah, then everything that happened in the previous 6 months will sound like a lie. Will sound like the La Sombra is not a friend of the Camarilla. They were just trying to create a breach in the city to bring the Sabah. People are already spreading this rumor, and it's a fake news. We need to stop that. We need to stop these Simisis and whoever is trying to destroy our clan.
So you want me to help deal with the Zemitsi?
Exactly. You're gonna be joining your old coterie.
Oh, am I?
Yes.
Now, I know nothing about what happened to them after I got excommunicated from Chicago.
Well, Harry's
Uh,
still having fun with Ballard and the prince. Cameron's sire became very important. She became the sheriff, and he's helping her. And if you know about Madame, she's been the primogen of the Nosferatu, and the Nosferatu being very quiet lately.
that's not like them, and that's not like Madam to be quiet.
Oh, I love your sense of humor. Just be sure for you not to talk like this to her.
So you want to eradicate the Zim? You don't want to try to get the Zim on our side?
I don't think it's gonna be possible to bring them to our side. But first, you need
I
to understand
mean, I
what the hell they want.
mean, the Sabat was basically the Zim and Lasombra working together, so maybe it could happen again?
Have you ever tried to come back to a former girlfriend, an
No,
ex-wife?
they come across the city to crunch it to me. Yeah, I know. And well, I'll figure out what these Zim are up to because having just shacked up with one for 6 months, I don't think we can just brush them all with the same paint color here.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's why I mentioned there is a specific group of them that's
Mm.
causing trouble. And we first need to understand who they are, what they want, and if it's and how to deal with them.
All right. All right. But yeah, it's gonna be weird meeting the old coterie.
I'm sure you. I'm sure it will be fun. So that's it. You will change in your character sheet. So you're gonna add to your character sheet the merit of handsome, actually very handsome, right? You're gonna put 4 dots in merit,
Ooh.
and this will help you have a +2 dices on the social rolls.
Mm. But the bad news is,
Hmm. So far, none. And you
oh,
also
it's even worse.
and and you also get a car. You can put that Mustang.
As an asset,
Yep. Okay. That's it. I'm gonna go to Mirta. This should be. So let me check the chat first. Can I check the Discord? You sent so much stuff. I need to read this. Dude, we suck. He had it coming. Oh god. It sounds. We're putting the bank together. Excellent. Nice. Smithers clapping with Bart's hands. Okay, so let's do it. Your part now, Mirta.
Okay, just so you know, whenever everybody gets like a personal part, we're still having fun in the Discord chat, and that's why it's so full.
Hmm.
It also just came to me the fact that I only knew like two Nosferatus in the whole of freaking Chicago, so I don't even know what could be like what Nosferatus could we select for the Primogen.
Did not one of them get killed or something?
Kind of, right?
Yeah, or he faked his own death. I don't remember. Cedric, that guy.
It's the second one. It's
There's literally
Khalid
like
that.
Khalid and Crook. So Khalid faked his death to become Cedric, and I'm like, is there only like three Nosferatus in the whole town?
They're so good at hiding that you just haven't seen them.
Exactly.
it's like Deadpool. They just didn't have the money for the budget to get more Nosferatu into
Yeah, it's more like that, right? I had to filter because there were too many NPCs in a single season, a single chronicle, and I just filter it out. Well, what have Madame been doing in this past 6 months besides dating Crook?
I mean, whatever Crook wanted to do, pretty much.
You
Everyone
kept.
blushes.
I was just hanging out, exploding cars and attending the Camarilla forced meetings because I am the temporary primogen.
Okay, so you have been having a lot of fun with Crook. That's good. Well, you all organized the meeting for tonight when, as you may recall, you're going to be the Nosferatu Primogen until a new one is elected. And you have been the Primogen for the past 6 months. And now it's time to start the process of electing a new Primogen. And there is a gathering of the Nosferatus from the city. They all join in Crook's lounge, the one that had been renovating for several months. And
I,
go
I'm
ahead.
gonna clear my throat, and I'm gonna lead the meeting by going, "Good evening, brothers and sisters. As you know, we have all gathered here in order to elect a new Nosferatu Primogen. I suggest a system where anybody that wants to run for it just step up, introduce themselves, and give us a list of pros and cons for why should they become a Primogen or why should they not become a Primogen. At the end of this, we may vote."
And
This gives you a lot of work to do.
yeah, Crook looks at you and he says, "Oh, she's so beautiful." And he says, "Yeah, you are correct, madame. And we are here tonight for the first stage of this election. And as you say, madame, we need to have the candidates ready for tonight. But we're not gonna vote. Not now. They need time to prepare themselves. It's an election. They will have a couple of months to present their ideas, and then we're gonna meet for voting. But your idea is brilliant, my love."
Aw, thank you, Sugar Muffin.
And when he says that, Cedric approaches and says, "Listen, we don't need this election. Khalid was the former Primogen, and he wrote it down that I'm going to be the new one. He pledged to me. So I will be the new Primogen." And
Um, Cedric, my darling, Primogen represents all of Nosferatu. Therefore, allow your fellow brothers and sisters to have a vote. I am sure that if you are well liked, they will all vote for you. Think of it as a way to stroke your own ego.
and Crook adds it up and he says, "Madame is correct. And Khalid is dead, Cedric. He has no more power. The prince gave Madame the power. So this is how it goes. We vote. I assume in you want to be a candidate. Is that correct?" And Cedric looks very angry to Crook and he says, "Yes." "Great! You're a candidate. Who else wants to introduce themselves? I think it's been so much time that we haven't talked. I think it's good and a good reminder of the young ones." So, ads talk. "Good night. I am Ads. I do not wish to run for being the Primogen. I'm still thinking about who I'm going to support. I would like to see the candidates first. Then, after Walnica says, "Hello, my name is Walnica. The ones who lives in a sewer, in the subway. Those know me well, for I am the Lord of the Maze. I do not wish to be Primogen, for I hate to be here. I want to return to my maze. After that, Rowan starts talking. Hello, my name is Rowan, and this is a beautiful night. I'm so glad that we are here. Well, I think us kindreds, the Nosferatu are the most beautiful clan. It's not like it's so against what they talk about us or being ugly. We are beautiful, each one of us in our own way. Well, I do not wish to run for Primogen, but I will much appreciate the idea of accepting different kindred to the Camarilla sect. These traditions are so old sometimes. We need to be more progressive. And then Edith speaks. Oh, and she's smoking. I am Edith, and you know, madam, I have we share some characteristics. We're both beautiful women that once was received a lot of attention from men, especially when we were mortals. I think in some way you're like a younger version of me. That's why I do not wish to run for Primogen. And at last, Nathaniel speaks. By the Lord, my name is Nathaniel, and due to the favor of our mighty, almighty, I am here tonight. And I do wish to be a candidate. I have the Lord at my side, and I think I'll have the kindred as well. Sure, says Crook. Madame, do you wish to run as well?
Well, I thought about not running, but after that compliment from Hadif, oh, thank you very much. I think it would be only good sport if I do.
Great, great. Well, everybody knows me, right? I'm Crook. Well, I don't wanna be a candidate. I'll support the best one. And he's holding hands with you, so I think we fulfill the role here. Unless someone has something to add. Good. So now you please may leave my establishment. Except you, madame. I have to talk to
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
you. Be safe and be with the Lord. And all of them leave. Bye. Mm, back to the maze. Cedric looks and unbelievable. And it goes. Um, Crook looks at Madame and after they leave and says, so, Madame, just between us, do you want to win? Or you're just doing this to piss them off?
I don't know. I mean, it gives us power, but at the same time, I don't know where this city is going, and I am not all that attached to it. So just between us, Crook, would you like me to win, or...
You know, I don't like, I don't want Cedric to win,
Oh.
but I'm not sure about Nathaniel. He's kind of crazy, but at least, he is, we know whose loyalty he will pledge. He's
I mean, if
going,
we focus on just not letting Cedric win, if Nathaniel wins, we can just sit here and eat proverbial popcorn.
yeah, that's a possibility. But first, I need to understand who is better to side with. We have some angry rebels dealing with some dark stuff from my information. There are even, you know, the weirdest and creepiest clan of kindred in the city. And they are pushing. Both of them are pushing. We might end up in a war. And the Nosferatu have not positioned themselves yet. Officially, we are in the Camarilla. But the next Primogen will have the power to choose.
I mean,
Nathaniel, go ahead.
officially, our clan is always mostly an information broker. We're not foot soldiers, and we should never be. Just play for all sides at once.
I think this war is gonna be big, madame. It's gonna be even bigger than the first one.
We can always ditch the city.
That's the plan B. The plan A was supposed to stay here. I have so many Crook's Lounge to manage and have fun. There's a lot of places to burn here in Chicago, you know. But I guess you're right. If Cedric wins, I think we need to ditch the city. If Nathaniel wins, we might have to ditch the city. If you win, we can burn the city down.
I like that idea.
Me too.
Make out session for like 10 minutes, then the conversation resumes.
So, besides making out with Crook, do you want to do something else?
I'm really surprised that Kirk didn't inform me that Prince is like calling the friggin' coterie back together.
Oh yeah, he will. After making out, he will. Oh yes. By the way, by the way, the prince wants to speak with you tomorrow night. I think he's getting the coterie together. You know,
Well, I'll try to keep the coterie from igniting the second war.
yeah. From what I heard, that's they need to avoid the war and not rush it.
Yeah, that sounds about correct for coterie.
Plan A. The priest gives the coterie the mission to avoid the war. 5 minutes later, the coterie calls the war.
You expect anything less?
If anyone's gonna accidentally cause a whole ass war, it's gonna be us. I guarantee you.
I've heard foxes are best when guarding hen houses. I just think this is a good idea.
Is Henry's family the hen house?
Everyone just leave my family out of this, and it'll be fine.
So, Mirta, you can add to Madame's character sheet. Um, First of all, did you add the full-blooded blood bond with Crook?
No, because you said that you were gonna add it.
Okay, so you can do it, or I can do it later. Don't Doesn't matter. But that's one of the things. The second thing, you are the Nosferatu Primogen, so you can put your status up to 5. It's 2 here, so you can put 5 in the merits. And in the flaws, you get a 3 dot enemy, Cedric.
Can we talk it out? Because I was trying to be so nice to him and he still walked off being all puffy and pissed.
Yeah, but that's it. He thinks you stole his role, right? Since the reward. So he hates you. And that's it for our first session. I hope you guys enjoy it.
We almost got back together, but I'm still a couple hours outside of town.
Uh, you probably happened a few nights before the events of the others, so you are going to be at the same time at the Elysian, right?